this course includes interviewing demonstrations that will help you to see how an interview might progress. Take a look at the video and then get a family member to role play with you. That is great preparation for the real thing.
Vignette number 1. In this first vignette, you will watch David interview a typical taxpayer. The woman has been through this process before and has most of the facts at hand. Watch how he asks her for missing information.
Well, Diane, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I'd like to know how you heard about our tax accounting firm.
From my friend who lives down the street.
Oh, that's neat. So you were recommended to us.
Yes, very highly.
I guess we did one of them correctly anyway. That's neat. And now, where do you live?
910 Riverside Lane.
Right here in town?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Oh, great. You've been there for a while?
Several years.
Super. You say we, I guess you're married then, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes. And what's your husband's name?
Donald.
Donald. Okay. And you have any children?
Mm-hmm. 2 girls.
2 girls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Okay. And how old are they?
One's 5, the other's 4.
Great. I assume that probably somewhere in your wallet you would have dates of birth and social security numbers for your husband and maybe the girls?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's good. Because we'll need those before the interview is over.
Okay.
And where do you work?
I work in advertising.
You're in advertising?
Yes.
Okay. And do you happen to have a W-2 from last year's employment?
I do. I have it right here.
You do? Great. All right. Could I have that, please? Because in order to complete your return, I will need that. Boy, you brought a lot of documents with you. This is great because I tell you, most people when they come in, I have to send them home to get something, I'm sure.
Well, hopefully I've got everything.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
All right.
Okay. Okay, this here would be the W-2s, I think. And that's fine. Now, you say you're in advertising, and what does Donald do?
Donald is in printing. Works at a
he's
printing
a printer.
shop. Mm-hmm.
Great. All right. And does he have a W-2?
Yeah, he does. Also brought that.
Okay, good. Now, was there any other kind of income that might have come up this year?
Yes, yeah. My husband has a business on the side.
He does?
He does.
What does he do?
He carves little wooden toys for children.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
He just started this past year?
Mm-hmm, he did. He's doing very well with it.
Super. Oh, have you ever heard of a Schedule C?
I have not.
Oh, well, I think we're going to have to do a Schedule C if he had some, you say the income was pretty good?
Yeah, he made over $11,000.
$11,000. I think we'll have to go with a Schedule C this year then.
All right.
And did he have any expenses against that income? For instance, you say he was in making toys?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
he sold them. How did he sell them?
He has a booth. We do it at flea markets, things like that.
Flea markets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Okay, we have the flea markets. So do we have the rent on the flea market booth and all of that?
We do. I have all of the expenses listed.
Oh, you have
as well.
it all listed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, super. Okay, I'll get that then before you leave here today. All right. Was there any other kind of income that might be different than the norm that you received this year?
I have some shares in stock.
You have shares of stock.
Mm-hmm.
And you had some dividends from that stock.
Yes, we do.
That's great. And you have the 1099 that shows the dividends that you received.
I've got all that here.
That's in that stack of stuff. That's great. Okay. Did you happen to sell any stock this year?
We did.
Oh, yes? Good. Do you have the form from the broker that tells you how much you sold and stuff?
Mm-hmm. I've got that here.
Yeah, okay. So we know how much you sold and what you received for it. Do you happen to know when you acquired that stock and how much you paid for it?
I don't know.
You don't have that? Okay, well, we need to make a note. If you could make a note on your pad, you need to bring me the cost of stock sold, okay, and the date that you bought the stock, or date acquired. You think you can find that?
Yeah, I should be able to find that all right. I can bring that from home.
Okay, fine. Do you know how you got the stock?
Yes, I inherited it from my mother.
Oh, you inherited it. Okay, well, then the date you inherited it would probably be about the date that she passed away.
That's correct. It was in February.
Okay, all right. And did you sell all the stock or
Mm-hmm.
just some of it?
We sold all of it.
You did, okay. All right. Was there anything else that produced some income for you all this year?
I also sold the house that I inherited from my mother.
Aha, you has sold a house, all right? Inherited house. And I assume you has inherited that about the same date.
That's correct.
All right. Before you sold the house, did you have to do any improvements to it?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first, after you inherited it, did you happen to get an appraisal from a local real estate outfit?
We did get it appraised. There were some repairs
Good.
needed to be done
But
on
then we had to do repairs, huh?
it. Definitely.
And you did them all?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a list of all of them?
Uh-huh. We've got that all
This
here.
is super. Boy, this is great. Because invariably, I have to send people home to get all those receipts of all the improvements they made, okay, with improvements. Because, see, that, we're going to take your house and the value from the real estate folks and add to it all the expenses of fixing it up.
Okay.
And then we subtract what you got for it. And you may have a loss here instead of a gain.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
Yes, that would be good. All right. So with improvements, we have to look at that. Okay. This is neat. This is great. All right. Now, you have all of the, how about medical stuff? Did we have any big expenses this year?
Yeah. Health for the children, always, things like that.
Yeah, I guess it
Contacts
is.
and so on.
Right. Okay, and do you have a list of the medical expenses?
We do. We have the doctor's bills and all of that.
Oh, yeah, insurance premiums and all that business?
Oh, yeah. Got all
Oh,
that
yes,
here.
good. That looks great. Okay, medical expenses, we have all of that covered. Now, how about you own this house? Do you have the documents from the mortgage company that shows how
I
much
believe
you
I've got that here.
paid in
Sure do.
taxes and real
here.
estate taxes and interest and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You have all that. Great. So we have the 1098s. Now, would you happen to have any contributions by chance?
We do. Yes.
Oh, yes?
For
And you have a list of those?
Mm-hmm.
Very
For
good.
church and other
Okay.
things.
And, oh, yes, and the United Way and the
Mm-hmm.
Heart Fund. Very good. Okay, I can use all of that, so we have some contributions. With all the things that you have, hopefully we didn't have a big casualty loss or something like that this year, did we?
No.
No. Good, good. All right. Well, Diane, I think that with all the information I have here, I can get to work. I said, you have a list here of Donald's date of birth and his social security number.
Yes, got
And
that right here.
yours and your date of birth and the girls. I have all of that stuff. And I have all your W-2s. I have the 1098 from the mortgage companies. I have the cost, the sale price of the stock, but I don't have the cost. So you have to get
Yes,
that
that's
for
right.
me.
I can get
and
that
you
from
can
home.
either bring it back or fax it to me. And
Okay.
you have my card. So that'll work real well.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, and I appreciate it. And I should have this done by tomorrow. And as soon as I get that other information, then I can finalize it.
Wonderful.
And we'll be ready to go.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much
All
for
right.
coming in.
Thank you, Dave.